Bitcoin has been going up a ton and is close showing up at a gigantic expense. Anyway, today we will examine what has been occurring in the background for the past 2 days in our Bitcoin cost doubt video. I similarly need to show you concerning my specific speculation for country road TWIF stock expense and 2 or 3 unequivocal expense targets. Most importantly, we ought to look at the volume marker to see all that it tells us. Over the latest couple of days, Bitcoin has been going up an extraordinary blueprint and it's in a little while close $45,000. Furthermore, our arrangements have been growing a lot of late, both quickly and the long haul.it seems like there has been a more basic extent of something of late. Looking at the Coinbase outline besides looking at the Bitstamp frame here. We haven't seen this much trading activity ahead of time, yet the continuous second there's a lot of improvement on the Bybit frame thinking about how different people are losing colossal heap of cash.it right now. I will show you this arrangement for right now period. We will see a few things on it. 3 days sooner, on December 4th, we lost around 85 million from short selling. On December 5th, around 90 million short positions were cut off and sold. Indeed, it seems like Bitcoin is at this point going up. People who keep betting against it are losing monstrous extent of money. Bitcoin's expense has been going up for the past a couple of days and it's in a little while at the most raised point it has been for the ceaseless year. Likewise, if we look at our crypto fear and covetousness record today, it went down a little to around 72, and simultaneously. Definitively when the expensive state-of-the-art cash hit $44,500, the crypto fear and unquenchability record likewise showed up at its all-around fundamental level of the year on December 5th, at $75,000, yet, that is the very thing that I feel expecting Bitcoin goes up, the crypto fear and energy synopsis will positively moreover go up. People could get more voracious and buy where the expense is certainly going to stop going up. As of now, we ought to look at the justification for why it's fundamental for base in on our most raised month-to-month cost center in the space of obstruction. A couple of days sooner, we analyzed how the Elliott wave arrangement is showing that the expense will likely go down, possibly widely under 15,500. Expecting we figure the market will go down, we should relatively have a support if it doesn't work out. Here, we can see a model that looks like a bullish Elliott wave. Enduring that is critical, we truly need to review that. Unquestionably, we finished our most preeminent idea here some time previously. We repaired our screw in the second Elliott wave and in the end we're managing the third, fourth, and fifth waves for Bitcoin. Presently, with this particular certain Elliott wave count, we other than need to see the value in that our second Elliott wave didn't go towards nothing. The Fibonacci retracement level happens when we see a positive model keeping watch. It, when in doubt, happens at the fifth level. I really want to evaluate the portion from clearly the lower part of our swing to the most raised point. Right when I do this, I see that we didn't really show up close to the starting stage that we need to see that on our following top of the line wave, we are showing up at something like 0.3 Fibonacci retracement level. This is the very thing we look for in our bullish count. The expense didn't show up at the 5 Fibonacci retracement level for this ongoing circumstance. In case we don't use the log frame, we will see that the expense hit the retracement level. Regardless, as I said earlier, it is at 0. The number 5 was not showed up at in this continuous situation. Regardless, I genuinely think the world-class wave count could be right, especially expecting that Bitcoin moves past our truly investigate locale. Why is this specific expense level so essential and why might it at any point be fitting, considering all that we really focus on it.I and the occasion that we use Fibonacci levels from low to high and back to low. The planned augmentation level is at 49,900 on the logarithmic chart. Right now, this level doesn't definitively match our month-to-month resistance level. Nonetheless, expecting that we measure the BME frame much the same way, we will see that it handles a little lower since we delineated another lower low. On the Coinbase chart, we didn't make a wonderful dissatisfaction, yet I think both. Bitcoin has been siphoning hugely towards our next essential expense target, yet in the present Bitcoin cost speculation video, we will examine what has been happening for the past 2 days behind the scenes. Plus, in this way, I really need to present to you my bullish back entrance TWIF count with the going with exact expense targets, yet what we will, regardless of anything else, check whether we go with our volume pointer. Suppose. On the 4-hour time period, I figure we can all agree for the new days, Bitcoin has been siphoning enormously towards the area of $45,000. Likewise, other than with our volume, it besides seems like we have been seeing a really high volume increase, not simply on the 4-hour time frame, relatively going right now on the regular time period that it seems like we have been seeing a volume increment or something like that. Going for example on the Coinbase frame, going for example on the Bitstamp diagram here. We haven't seen such a high volume here, yet eventually, I would concur that a high volume on the Bybit frame is right by and by coming in the market on a very basic level looking at how as a different gathering are getting squashed and sold. Allow me to write as of now accommodate you this specific diagram on the standard period of time where we will take note. 2 days sooner, or on 4th of December, 3 days sooner, we have gotten around 85 million of short positions getting completely demolished and traded. Essentially, on 5th of December, we have gotten around 90 million of short positions getting obliterated and sold. So it genuinely is clearly very that Bitcoin is happening with way towards the typical addition and people are indefatigably going with a sparkling clean short or a sub position are right as of now getting positively crushed, destroyed, and traded. With the push towards the potential development that we are seeing for the new days here, clearly, Bitcoin is right at this point showing up at the best expense this specific year. Furthermore, moreover, likewise, if we go with our crypto fear and ravenousness document today, it really went rather lower to around 72 level, yet accidentally. Whenever we showed up at the primary concern at 44,500 US dollars, the crypto fear and eagerness record other than showed up at the most raised level this specific year, which was on 5th of December at 75,000 USD, yet, I would despite settle if, no matter what all that Bitcoin goes higher, no doubt crypto fear and greed outline will follow, and people will get comprehensively more vivacious, maybe buying exactly at a fundamental area of check. In this way, we ought to right in the end take a gander at the support for why our month-to-month high term time from area of resistance is an especially colossal expense target. Presently, study at this point several days sooner. We examined our negative Elliott wave count and our negative Elliott wave count is right of letting us know that we are representing our B Elliott wave before we can anticipate another fundamental expense decline, maybe under 15,500. So expecting that we know right now that we truly have a negative Elliott with count, we correspondingly need to have a choice since envision what is happening where our B on it with is the current second, not regardless, framing. What's more, we are truly seeing here, some kind of a bullish development, some kind of a bullish Elliott with count. Taking into account everything, we ought to know that. Clearly, we truly completed 2 or 3 months sooner as of now our most key inspiration here. We got our solution for our second Elliott wave and as of this second, we are showing our third one, fourth one, and a few time later clearly other than the fifth and keep on going Elliott wave on Bitcoin can truly occur. Presently, with this specific bullish Elliott wave count, we besides need to grasp that our second Elliott wave didn't go towards 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level, which normally should happen where we check a bullish elliptic count out. What I have as a major concern going from our swing low here back towards our swing high assessing the entire first drive here you will see that we didn't precisely hit our 0.3 to Fibonacci retracement level and normally what we really want to see with our bullish elliptic count will be that on our subsequent top-notch wave, we are showing up at some spot near 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level, which, for this ongoing circumstance, it definitely didn't end up working. If we direct without the logarithmic chart, positively, we will see retracement level was hit, but unexpectedly, as suggested at this point, 0.5 was certainly not showed up at in this specific circumstance. Regardless, I would in any event 5-star wave count here, can regardless be in play, especially on the off chance that right now Bitcoin will start breaking our month-to-month high term period of time area of resistance. Why is this level here such a gigantic expense target we truly need to concentrate on? Just since, in such a case that we go right now with our Fibonacci development levels, from our swing low back towards our swing high back towards our swing low, you will see that, clearly, applying the logarithmic plan on our chart, Bitcoin has been going up a ton and is close showing up at a gigantic expense. Anyway, today we will examine what has been occurring. Have there been any reports on Bitcoin of late? It seems like things have been no different for a surprisingly long time. A slight lessening of around 3.8% expecting we look nearer, I figure different normal vendors would concur that we see a triangle shape that has been getting lower come what may. We have serious strong regions for a line that interfaces the bottommost furthest reaches of our design and another slanting line that relates the most raised focuses. It seems like Bitcoin may be breaking out of a triangle plan. Really, as I should suspect, its beginning and end with the exception of genuinely splendid to make a short or sureness exchange this region, why considering the way that right now, we are as of now exchanging a huge ascent and involving a short RSI at this point. It's basically estimating according to my viewpoint. In like manner, expecting you take a gander at the RSI and cash stream markers on the 1-hour outline, you can see that we are making basic secret bullish models with additional horrendous discouraged spots. Bitcoin is making truly uplifting discouraged spots while the cash stream is going down. Fundamentally, on the 2-hour outline, exactly the same thing occurs with both the RSI and cash stream. In fundamental terms, when we take a gander at the MACD pointer, we see that Bitcoin is making truly uplifting discouraged spots while we are disturbing discouraged spots. As I should suspect, there are no troublesome issues in our space at this point. Undoubtedly, the triangle is as of now showing a jumping plan, yet generally the cost development looks positive. Our neighborhood markers are offering positive hints on the hourly, 2-hour, 3-hour, and 4-hour graphs as of now. Subsequently, I recognize that the cost of Bitcoin will proceed to rise, and I surmise that it should appear at extra raised levels. For example, when the cost goes up and hits a specific level where it battles to go higher, that level will be basic, considering all that to watch. In any case, there is a little issue when we look at longer time frames, assuming we take a gander at the conventional time span at this moment, for instance. Again, we will utilize our cash stream and RSI markers on this chart. You will see that Bitcoin is exchanging at a gigantic expense this second, and we are likewise seeing 2 or 3 signs that it could begin going down. The cost of Bitcoin is going up, yet the cash stream pointer is showing that it's really going down. Moreover, we are seeing lower tops on our RSI marker while it is in the overbought zone. It is starting to turn downwards for explicit indications of lack. This is a negative sign that has been confirmed on the RSI and cash stream pointers on longer time periods. The MACD pointer is showing exactly the same thing here. The current second, there is a negative sign, however it has not been affirmed at this point. By and by, it seems like the market is beginning to show some vertical headway. We could see a negative distinction in something like 14 hours and 50 minutes, consequently, taking into account that, I would simply agree that to trade around here, it is right now conceivable. In our space, we think things are working out determinately. To trade stocks at a specific cost, attempt to recognize the benefits as you go, consequently, expecting we appear at an equivalent extreme cost once more or much higher later on, that would be a decent cost center since it's critical strong regions for an area. The ongoing second, we are seeing a ton of signs that the financial exchange could go down, that I would be more cautious in the event that you are right now standing firm on a long foothold in Bitcoin. In the event that your position is impalpably lower, think about setting your stop difficulty at comparable to fundamental endeavor or enduring several benefits, as Bitcoin is offering 2 or 3 upgrading hints in our pointers. Undoubtedly, as we said, as of now, we are right now having a moving perspective on the nearby circumstance. We can figure that the cost of Bitcoin should go up, thinking about a great deal of positive signs and in light of the fact that the market for Bitcoin is solid. Anyway, we ought to likewise be attentive since some more widened term plans are offering hints that the cost could go down. Before long, on the customary outline, we found another high at 44,102 yesterday. Here the cost could battle to go higher. This is right currently filling in as a cutoff around here. To be guaranteed, I don't totally acknowledge that it will be no joking matter, yet we ought to in any case focus in on it. Additionally, when we take a gander at the Fibonacci numbers from our most raised include our out-and-out base, it appears, apparently, to be that the objective Fibonacci degree isn't coordinating unequivocally with our customary numbers. In any case, you will see that it is unbelievably near our regular high term time. Truly, the ongoing second, I'm taking a gander at the 1-hour light chart, and it is apparently there will probably be an essential drop in the going with 13 hours, what has been occurring Bitcoin for the new hours, since it truly appears as though we are more right than wrong to adjust to the new hours here. Some sort of a push towards disadvantage of commonly 3.8%. Eventually, on the off chance that we go at this moment and zoom in fundamentally more, expect on the 30-second time frame, I think a great deal of retail works with. We're taking a gander at some sort of a triangle going with additional horrendous high places. We genuinely have a particularly regarded the corner-to-corner area of obstruction interfacing our truly reassuring discouraged spots with a slanting area of help. It is apparently the Bitcoin, perhaps right at this point, is breaking out of a sine otherworldly triangle or something like that. At this point, truly, going with a short or a good judgment at this particular region, as I should suspect, it's not definitively going to be the most raised likelihood exchange. Why so? Since, as of this second, we are right now exchanging an essential rise and going with a short RSI here, it will be, as I should suspect, according to a veritable viewpoint, simply guessing. In addition, assuming you go at the present time, for instance, with the RSI pointer with the cash stream marker on the 1-hour time span, we are illustrating fundamental secret bullish divergences, more unfortunate discouraged spots here. More horrible discouraged spots on cash stream, while Bitcoin is forming truly uplifting discouraged spots. Also, for instance, on the 2-hour time frame, the very same thing, not just on RSI and cash stream. Essentially, for instance, going with the MACD marker, we are shaping more lamentable discouraged spots here while Bitcoin is framing a higher low. So locally talking, as I should suspect, we are seeing no colossal indication of lags here, without a doubt, we can say that the triangle right at this point is seeing a break towards prevention, yet in any case, all of our cost activity here, I would agree looks bullish. Every one of our markers locally visiting on the 1 hourly, 2 hourly, 3 hourly, 4 hourly stretch of time as right eventually are as of now looking bullish. So thusly, I would at any rate remain bullish on Bitcoin, anticipate higher targets. For instance, our month-to-month high term time from area of obstacle, it will be our next base